Good morning, students. Today we are going to start with the revision. In the revision, we are going to start with the chapter number 14, that is factorization. So let's start with the basic concept. What do you mean by greatest common divisor or greatest common factor? Suppose you have given 10x and 15x square. So you have to decide the number that will divide both the number 10x and 15x. Like you can see that 5 can divide both the numbers. But here in the question you have x also. If you write x here with both the numbers, that means 5x will be the greatest common divisor of these two numbers. 5 can be the factor, but 5x is the greatest common divisor that can divide both the number. So the GCD is greatest common divisor, that is 5x. I'm writing one more example. Suppose you have given this number, you have to factorize it. You have to factorize it. So for making the factors of it, you have to take GCD, greatest common divisor, common out of these two numbers. So 7 is common from these two numbers. So if you take 7 common, you are left with x. If you take 7 common from this number, you are left with 2. So in this way, 7 is the GCD and these are the two factors of this given question. So I've written the next question. In this, you have to tell me the greatest common divisor or the greatest factor of these three terms. So in this, you can see that 6 is divisible by 3, but 10 is not divisible by 3. That means these three numbers don't have any number in common. That means in the greatest common divisor, no number will come. Now, as you can see that this is your x square, this is x cube, this is x square. So least power in this is x square. So in the GCD, this x raised to power 2 will come. From y cube, y square and y square, least power of y is 2. So the answer is y square. And z is there in the third term, but it's not there in the first and second term. So z will not be the part of this GCD. So the greatest common divisor is x square, y square. So GCD is the term that comes in all the three terms. That is called greatest common divisor. That will divide all the three terms. That is called GCD. Now, you have to factorize this term. So for making the factor, you have to take greatest common divisor common from these terms. So firstly, let's talk about the number. As you can see that 20 and 30 is here. So both the numbers are divisible by 10. So GCD will contain, if you want to write this step, otherwise we can skip it and we can directly write the factors. So 10 will be the part of this two numbers because these two numbers are divisible by 10. From L square and L raised to power 1, least power is L raised to power 1. A is there in the second term, but A is not there in the first term. So A will not be the part of GCD. From the M, you have power of M as 1, power of M as 1. So the least power out of these is M raised to power 1. So GCD is your 10 LM. Out of these two terms, let's take 10 LM common. If you take 10 LM common, 10 2s are 20. L you have taken out. From L square, you have taken L common. So 1 L is pending. M you have already taken out. So only 2L will be the leftover part from this. From the second term, when you take 10 common, 3 will left here because 10 3s are 30. A will left here. L you have already taken out. M you have taken out. So only 3A will left from the second term. So these are the factors of this given question. Now the next question is again of the factorize. As you can see that 4 terms are here. In case of 4 terms, you will make the pair of two terms and you will combine them and take common. Now as you can see that in these first two terms, nothing is common. So 1 will be common from these two terms. So I have written z minus 7 as it is. If you take 7 is here, in this xy and xy are common. So if we talk about these two terms, xy is common. That means The greatest common factor out of these two terms is your xy. So take xy common. After taking xy common, we are left with 7 from this term, and from this term we have z. Now, one condition is there. After taking common from two terms, the terms in the bracket should be same. But here z minus 7 is there. In the next bracket we have 7 minus z. So terms are same but the sign are different. For this you will take minus common. After taking minus common, xy will be same. As you can see that 7 is positive. After taking negative common, this positive term will become negative and this negative term will become positive. So now write it in proper manner. Z will come first because it is positive and 7 is negative. So I will write minus 7. Now you can see that both the terms in the bracket are now same. That means we have done the factorization in the correct manner. If you are not getting the terms in the bracket not same, then you have to change the pair. Then you can combine the first term with the third term, second term with the fourth. Or if in that case you are not getting the same term in the bracket, then you will combine the first term with the last and middle two terms will be combined. Okay? That means the condition which is necessary is the terms in the bracket should be same. If you are not getting the same term, that means you have not taken the correct pairs. So z minus 7 you will take common. From this term first, this second term, you can see that z minus 7 is common. If you take z minus 7 common from this, what is left? 1. If you take this term common from your second term, what is left? Xy. So in this manner, we have got the two factors of this, that is z minus 7 and 1 minus xy. Now listen, beta. In your next exercise, you will use these three identities. Now we will discuss the questions related to these identities. A plus b whole square is equal to a square plus b square plus 2ab. In case of addition, all the signs will be of add. In case of subtraction, your 2ab will have subtraction sign. A square minus b square is a plus b, a minus b. Now, let's discuss one question related to this. Suppose I'm writing this question 4y square plus 12y plus 9. As you can see that these three terms contain positive sign. So that means this question is related to your first identity. Now, if you want to try the method that we have used in the first exercise, that means as you can see that y square is there, y is there, but y is not there in the third term. 4, 12 and 9, these three numbers don't have any greatest common divisor. So that means this question is not from your first exercise. You can't take anything common from these. So that means if nothing is common in this, you will apply the identity. And for the identity, one condition is there. The first in a square and b square will contain your perfect square number. As you can see that 4 and 9 are perfect square number. So that means you can apply the identity out of these three. Now apply the identity. For this you can see that here we are having a square. A square means complete a square. B square means complete b square. So in this way you have to write this as 2y whole square. This is your a square. This is your b square. And in the middle you have 2a into b. This is your a square, this is your b square, and in the middle you have 2ab. So, and side by side you have to write the formula here. You will write the first identity, a plus b whole square is equal to a square plus b square plus 2ab. It's compulsory to write the identity in the bracket. Now, this is your a square, b square, this is 2ab. So this is your a, this is your a, this is your b. So right hand side is given, you will combine it in the form of left hand side. So a plus b whole square is there. This is your a plus b whole square. Now we are making the factors of it. So it's compulsory to write them in the two different brackets because we want two factor out of this. As you can see that power here is 2. So you will have 2 factors for this. If 3 power is there, then you will have 3 factors. So here we are having 2 power. So that means we must get 2 factors out of this. So we are making the factors. So it's compulsory to write in the 2 different brackets to get the factors out of this. Now the next question is 4x square minus 8x plus 4. Now let's try it by simple factorization. Let's try to take the common out of these 3 terms, but we are getting 4 is common. 4 is common. If you want to try this method, you can. This is x square minus 2x plus 4. But again, these 3 terms don't have any common factor, so you have to apply the identity here. So instead of applying the identity here in the second step, you can directly apply the identity in this first step only, because after taking the form 4 common out of these 3 terms, we are not getting the 2 factor out of it. So it's compulsory to apply the identity, because, or we have one another method that we will discuss in the next question, that is called middle term splitting method. And that middle term splitting method is applicable in case of all the quadratic equation. Quadratic means the equation that contain power 2. So in the quadratic equation, you will always apply either identity or you can apply middle term splitting method. So middle term splitting method is applicable everywhere. So it's your choice whether you want to apply middle term splitting method or you want to apply the identity. So we are applying identity here. So this can be written as a square. As you can see that in this term, we are having one negative sign. So that means it is a case of your second identity. A square, this is your b square, and in the middle you have 2a into b. A is your 2x, b is your 2. यहाँ से नहीं लेना बेटा, इसमें से a और b लेना है आपने. This is your a, this is your b, and the sign will be same. Now you will write the formula here in the bracket. A minus b whole square is equal to a square plus b square minus 2ab. This is your a square, this is your b square minus 2ab. So when you combine it in the form of left hand side, you will get a minus b whole square. So write it 2 times. This will give you 2x minus 2 and again 2x minus 2. Now, as you can see that in these 2 brackets, we are having 2 common out of this bracket as well as from this bracket. So take 2 common. After taking 2 common from this bracket, we are left with 2x minus 1. And from this bracket also, if you take 2 common, you are left with x minus 1. So this will give you 2 2s are 4. And answer is x minus 1 into x minus 1. Is it okay, beta? Beta, listen. In the beginning, I have told you, you can take 4 common from first step also. After taking 4 common, we are left with x square minus 2x plus 1. And in this case also, you can apply the identity in the bracket. And from this case also, you will get the same answer. Because we have already taken 4 common. And in this answer, you can see that we are also having 4 common at the end. So both the ways are same. It's your choice whether you want to take 4 common in the beginning or you want to take 4 common in the end. So both are the ways. Or I'm going to tell you one more thing. This question you can solve also by middle term splitting method. Let's discuss one more question by middle term splitting method. We will discuss that question after the discussion of this third identity. Now, look here, beta. Again, 9 and 16 are perfect square number. Whenever perfect square numbers are given, then you can apply the identity in that case. So now let's write them in the whole square form. It's compulsory to write because in the formula you are having a square and b square. That means it is a square of whole a, and this square is for whole b. So it's compulsory to write them in 3xy whole square minus 4 square. This is your a square minus b square. Let's write the identity here. A square minus b square is equal to a plus b, a minus b. This is your a square minus b square. So a plus b, a minus b. and make sure that nothing should be common there. If common number is there, you have to take common at the end. Otherwise, there will be deduction of half marks. Now look here, beta. I've written the next question. In this next question, you can see that 3 is common, but let me discuss first. If you take 3 common, you are left with m square plus 3m plus 2. Now, you can see that in these two, in this term, this is your a square, this is your b square, but this 2 is not a perfect square number. That means you can't apply the identity here. So for this, I'm going to tell you when perfect square number is not there in the question, you will solve the quadratic. It is quadratic because it is having power 2. So quadratic equation, quadratic term will be solved by your middle term splitting method. So let's apply the middle term splitting method. So for this, you will multiply the first and the last term. 2 ones are 2. So you will make the 2 factors of 2, that is 2 ones are 2, and 2 plus 1 will give you 3. So at the place of 3m, you will write 2m. I'm writing the factors. Later on, we will decide about the sign. As you can see that we want plus 2. 1 into 2 will give you 2. This is having plus sign. So that means we want plus 2 after multiplication. So I'm putting here plus sign because plus plus will give you 3m. Now, as you can see that I'm having 4 terms. So in case of 4 terms, you have to make the pair of 2 terms. Take m common. You will left with m plus 2. From these 2 terms, you will have 1 common. This will give you m plus 2. So in this first and second term, you have m plus 2 common. Take m plus 2 common. You are left with m plus 1. So these are the factors that we are getting from this question. Okay, beta, with this we have completed our first 2 exercises of the chapter, and in the next video we will discuss about the division method. Okay, beta, see you in the next video. Have a nice day.